Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit.
Hey, one West, one West, one West, one West, one West.
Coming up on my bullshit. I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Hit the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin'. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move it coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on my bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since a teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The war heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, Dan the D. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready.
All right.
I see you.
You want to start on Sabbath Service? Turn it down. Okay, we're ready.
All right. We live and ready to go.
Live.
No side clock, clap it up. All right, welcome to the Sabbath service. We're gonna go ahead and begin with our prayers and whatnot. So, as the brother said in the chat, if you have any questions, please type it inside the chat. We'll answer your question if you're on Facebook or YouTube or any type of our social media accounts. All right. All right then. Ben of Israel. Amajim. Call up. All right, bring with Charles. Go ahead. Start us up. Young man Charles. Host. Stage registry.
Young man Charles. Ban ban yamyan, ban yasharala.
Young man Charles. Bum bum yum yum. Ban yasharala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarak Thumb.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarak.
La Yasharala.
Israel. Amajim. Y'all don't fuck with armies to face the east? So. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh.
Malakbaka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Mashamayim. Latan. Lanawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Vasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Hasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Wala'ah.
Taba'ah now.
Banasaya one.
A ball.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Right.
Kaya.
Laka. Hamalakwa. Wala'ala. Wathapara. Lamyam. Aman.
This is Lord Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. Forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is the prayer for the power. In the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Babakusha, Latanawa, Hakak, Larpa'ah, Kalmakala, Yakal Hakak, Latahar, Abatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwim, Amathium, Hakak, Arakawa, Tamala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Wada, Aman.
This is the prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
It's the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Rakhmanawa.
Rakhmanawa.
Waya Shalom.
Waya Shalom.
Waha.
Waha.
Waya.
Baya.
Saparium.
Saparium.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Water.
Water.
Aman.
Aman.
This is the prayer to bless Israel in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of
In the name of
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
be it.
So be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ash'ah.
Ash'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahariam.
Al-Hahariam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Agalka.
Agalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamaraka.
Shamaraka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashun.
Yayashun.
Sharamar.
Sharamar.
Ash'ala.
Masha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaraka.
Shamaraka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Kazalka.
Kazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Number one.
Number one.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Ayakaka.
Ayakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walalai. Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Wala'aka.
Wala'aka.
Abawaka.
Abawaka.
Bayata.
Bayata.
Wa'ai awalam.
Wa'ai awalam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From which cometh my help.
From which cometh my help.
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold.
he that keepeth Israel
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall
shall
preserve
preserve
thy
thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time
and
forward,
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Tamayalaka.
Al-Tamayalaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashikwat.
Al-Tashikwat.
Al.
Al.
Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Wabayabika.
Wabayabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahweh Yawan.
Rash.
Rash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Amika.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Yahweh Yawan.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'abu Tazawa.
Al-Tazawa.
Al-Tazabawanyaka.
Al-Tazabawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Yakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Agaya.
Wala'a.
Wala'ah.
Yashikar.
Yashikar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Tazawa.
Nawa Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Auyaka.
Aulika.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Alhawya.
Alhawya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashama Alayam.
Wayashma Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagariam.
Wahagariam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashah.
Palashah.
I'm Yeshabya.
I'm Yeshabya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Dalawat.
Dalawat.
Amam.
Amam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Selah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasagya Sara'ah.
Kasagya Sara'ah.
Kayadyan.
Kayadyan.
Manakal.
Banakal.
Pagashwan.
Kagashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan Dara.
Bayan Dara.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Aman.
Aman.
La Dama.
La Dama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadiyadmawa.
Nadiyadmawa.
Kara'ab.
Kara'ab.
Wakazabak.
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 Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Kau Nashiakamwa.
Kal Nashiakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nairasha.
Nairasha.
Nalawa.
Lalawa.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Kapaya Raka.
Rapaya Wakwa.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Ira Yaira.
Tawa Ira Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Arayam.
Arayam.
Kan.
Kan.
Daradatma.
Daradadma.
Kasa Arika.
Kasa Arika.
Wabasawa Pafka.
Wabasawa Kafka.
Bahalam.
Mahalam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Walawan.
Palawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Nabashwa.
Wayad Bawa.
Yadarba.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Kaya Parwa.
Wayaparwa.
Kaya Badwa.
Kayabadwa.
Wayadawa.
Wayadawa.
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Ata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labatka.
Labatka.
Ayawam.
Ayawam.
Alkaha Rataza.
Alkaha Rataza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hated thee,
And they that hated thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
Consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a
That
nation.
the name of Israel
That the name of
will
Israel
be no more remembrance.
may be in no more
They
remembrance.
have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre,
and the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur,
Ashur
also is joined with them.
also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of
Selah.
Lot. Selah.
Do unto them,
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sarah,
as is the Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at
They
Endor.
have become as dung for the earth.
They have become as dung for the
Make
earth.
the nobles like Oreb,
With the nobles like a
and like
red,
Zaid,
and Zaid,
yea,
Yea.
all the princes of Zabal,
all the princes of
and
Sabbath,
Zamuna,
and
who
Zamuna,
said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh
the houses of
in
Yahweh
possession.
in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a
as they
wheel,
stumble before the
as they
wind,
stumble before the wind,
as the fire burns the wood,
as the fire burns the
and as the
wood,
flames set the mountains on
as
fire.
the flames set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
they may
shame,
seek the name.
that they may seek the name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame
and perish.
and perish.
And men may know
And men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
are the most high
are the most
of
high
all the earth.
of all the earth.
Sarge, Mr. Turn, Shabia, so be seated. All right. Shabia. All right, clap it up. Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. My name is Officer 1000 Akaz. We got from my far right, Officer Adar Moth. Mighty man in the middle is young man Charles. Clap it up for the brothers. Again, welcome to Sabbath Service, which we begin every Sabbath class with the prayers, with our prayers that we actually that you have just witnessed. Those prayers are most important. You understand? So if you don't have those prayers, I mean, shoot, contact the school, and we'll definitely make sure we get those prayers to you. That we can actually look at these prayers and understand what they're saying, man. Right. Saying that many nations are against us, and those prayers are to fight and cast those nations off and those spirits and things. To cast them out, let the Lord be with us in them things. All right. Right. Welcome to Sabbath Service again. This Sabbath Service for you. We are 3353 Glenwood Road, and we are here in Atlanta, all right, Decatur, Georgia. So if you're close to the area with the sound of my voice, and if you can actually come down to the school, man, come down to the school. Sabbath Service is for you. We also broadcast live on YouTube and or Facebook, right. And we also on our all social media platforms. All right, our website you can find us at www.ISUPK.com, right. And we get all the information out there. All right, what else we got? Some announcements on the 54th annual Passover is coming. Most High in Christ. All right. April 1st, man. April 1st in Raleigh, at Raleigh the Convention Center. So if you are if you're of age from 18 and older, that'll be a $200 pay your Passover fees for every adult. All right, and those fees go to help towards all the things that Commander Yahanna has put out. We can get those things back and also get us ready for the next Passover, and those things get classes and. So your donations and your those fees go to a healthy cause. You understand? It's not something that we go out and buy unnecessary things with. Those things are to help the nation of Israel to move forward in this truth. All right. We are under Commander Yahanna. We started since 1969 at 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right, in Harlem, New York, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Right. I'm trying to make sure I got everything that's coming out. The itinerary we got Black Party starting off kick. I mean, it's so many events, man. You got to look at the ISUPK.com. We got things for the children. We got we got what things got for the children again. These sisters know what they got for the children.
Yeah, they're going to like a arcade kind of.
Man, I heard
Go-kart.
arcade, go-karts,
And,
I think bowling.
Reptile.
The reptile zoo. I think they had bowling. You know what I'm saying? After that, we got the Black Party coming up. Now with all the artists are gonna be out there. Some of our artists are gonna be out there performing.
Right.
So I mean, it's gonna be an awesome event. We also got the tour.
Yes,
There's a
right.
tour of the museum where we was at slaves over 50 square miles of land that our forefathers and our foremothers was out there slaving and sweating and pillaging those lands. So it's a lot of things. So that fees out there. So just jump on the website and find as many events for women and children and our men. We're gonna do it up, man. So to Commander General Yahanna for hosting this event and keeping it going. You understand?
Right.
All right. Anything else we gotta know? Anything else before we get started? No.
Well, so like,
Who got
sir, just in case if people do forget, the oppressor is the devil
Oh,
that the Bible speaks.
Damn right.
That's right.
The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. And when he says the devil, that means he is the deceiver.
Right.
He's the greatest deceiver on this earth. You understand? And that's why we come to the Sabbath service to teach the Black and Spanish Native Indian. We'll teach them your heritage. You understand? It teaches your culture to give it back to you. Speaking of that, man, I had a on the sidebar this past week. Had an altercation go down, so one of my trucks had to go in the shop. And lo and behold, when I get into the shop, guess who was in there? Now I was in heavy trouble. And little Hispanic guy said, "Well, just come on down and let you park it here." He's over there getting my truck fixed. But in that building alone, you had me, who represents Judah. You had him, who was representing Issachar, and you had a Native Indian in there who was doing the work. All 3 of the 12 tribes was in that daggone building, man. So Max, clap it up for that, man. And we was able to work some things out, man. We was able to work some things out. He helped me out. I helped him out, and we was all able to get me back up and running. So it was just amazing to see that transpire the way it went down. To see all those these 3 tribes in the same building and we working together. And that's what we do here in I.S.U.P.K. We all the 12 tribes we work together because we're family, and we're family. We have to let people know that Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, we all family, man. And we got to stop the feud between each other. I know what's going on out west. We're fighting with the so-called Mexicans and the Blacks. We're fighting, and then in Mexico they had a big old deal with some Judites was killed, some Black people was killed down there. But don't let that discourage you from coming to this truth and understand that we are family.
Right.
They were untrained. They don't understand that we're family. And that's the whole purpose of our organization, to get the Blacks and Hispanics together, letting know who we are so we can stop the violence to each other.
Right.
We have to stop all the violence towards each other and come together and build this nation.
Right.
And that's why the Sabbath service is so important, that we all get together. That's why we always say, if you have any questions, let us know, because you won't get the understanding unless you ask the questions.
Right.
You don't understand who we are and what we represent if you don't ask the questions. So what you're going to hear here today is going to hear us speak the Hebrew, which is our native tongue. Class is given by Preaching Officer Hadar Moth, my far right, every Friday. Clap it up for him. He does a great job. So we go back to our native tongue. So you're going to hear our native language as we read, and then we're going to go ahead and break it down into the English. All right. So if we can, we're going to move. We're moving right along, brothers and sisters. So I think we are in Deuteronomy chapter 24. All right. We're going to begin on verse 1. Go ahead and begin when you're ready, brother.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24.
24.
Salakia, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24, and verse 1. Kaya, Yakwak, Ayash, Asha, Yaba Ilya, Salakia, Waba Ilya, Wahaya, La'a, Hamataza, Mataza, Khan, Ba'ayanayawa, Kaya, Mataza, Ba, Irayath, Irayath, Dabar, Wakathab, Laha, Sapar, Salakia, Karayathath, Karayatha. Wanathan. Salakia. Bayada. Washalaka. Mabayathwa. Verse 2. Wayataza'a. Mabayathwa. Wahalaka. Wahayatha. No, Salakia. Wahayatha. La Ayash. Salakia. Akar. Verse 3. Washana. Salakia. Ha Ayash. Ha Akar one. Ha Akar one. Wa Kathab. La'a. Sapar. Karayatha. Wa Nathan. Bayada. Wa Shalaka. Mabayathwa. Awa. Kaya. Yamawath. Ha Ayash. Ha Akarwan. Ashar. La Kwaka. Lawa. La Yasha. Salakia. La Asha. Verse 4. La'a. Yawakal. Ba'ai. Salakia. Ba'ila. Ra'ashwan. Ashar. Shalaka. La Shawab. La Kwakatha. Lahayawath. Lawa. La Asha. Salakia. Akarya. Ashar. Atama. Kaya. Thawa Iba.
Marsa. What was that door?
Hawa'a. Lapanya. Yahweh. Wala'a. Thakataya. Ath. Arataza. Ashar. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Nathan. Laka. Salakia. Kala. Sa. Verse 5. Kaya. Yakwak. Ayash. Asha. Kadasha. La'a. Salakia. Yataza. Batazaba. Wala'a. Salakia. Ibar. Ilawa. Lakal. Salakia. Dabar. Nakoya. Nakya. Yahaya. Labayathwa. Shana. Akath. Washamak. Ath. Ashathwa. Ashar. Lakwak. Sa. Verse 6. La'a. Yakabal. Rakayam. Salakia. Rakab. Kaya. Napash. Salakia. Hawash. Salakia. Hawa. Kabal. Sa. Verse 7. Last verse. Kaya. Yamataza'a. Ayash. Ganab. Salakia. Napash. Akyawa. Salakia. Mabanya. Yasharala. Wahatha. Salakia. Wahath. Okay, Salaki. Wahathaimar. 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 Bawa. Wamakarwa. Wamath. Haganab. Hawa. Wa Ba'irath. Harai. Makwabka.
All right. Clap it up for him. Clap it up. It's outstanding job, man. This reading this Hebrew language is a tough job, and the brother does really well, and he's excelled in it, and he's continue to keep excelling in what he's doing. And I know those of you who just joining us or whatever watching, it's kind of boring because you don't understand the language. You know, you can't follow along, but until the English part. But I encourage you to stick in with it. Keep sticking with us. I mean, if you go to a pastor, he's out there doing the hot and the hold and the ha. He should be able to understand these brothers over here. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to bear with us,
Right.
with God's holy language.
Right.
You understand? You know, hot and spitting all over the place. So if you can endure that, you can endure this. So I keep asking, just hang with us. We will definitely come back and read it in English, and we'll give you a breakdown. So clap down for this brother, man. Outstanding reader. All right. We're gonna go into we're gonna read it in the English, and at this particular time, we're gonna go into some of the laws of divorce. Laws of divorce. I know a lot of y'all like that thinking, like, we can't get no divorce. What are you talking about? The laws of divorce. There's no divorce in Israel. We're gonna check out and see what's going on. All right. Go ahead and start verse 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 1. When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it to her, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house.
Man, what this is saying is that it's plain and simple. The man takes his wife, he married her, and all of a sudden she just doesn't please him anymore. She's loud mouth. She don't want to listen to him, don't do what he tell him to do, don't want to clean, don't want to do any of this thing. She's found no favor in his eyes no more. You know, he found some type of uncleanliness in him. Whatever he deals with, whatever he claims is uncleanly, he wants to get rid of it. He's tired of her now. He is tired of her. Just give her right a divorce, and she'll be gone. That's all they have to do. Back in then, there's precepts to this and why this happened. And you got to put yourself in the mindset of what's going on at this particular time. Israel just came out of Egypt. We have millions of people. Everybody's clashing with each other. So now we all got married, and at this time, people was killing each other, man. Brothers and sisters was actually killing each other, trying to get out of divorce. Oh, I'm married, because we understood that marriage was forever. There's no divorcing. Now we get into the wilderness, getting from under Pharaoh in his world. Now you're amongst each other, and at that time, it was not good. We was fighting each other. Some people just killing the wife and husband just to get out of the marriage. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this precept that we got. If you can't, give me on Matthew 19. No, give me Deuteronomy 24 verses 1. Anybody? Deuteronomy 24. I'm gonna start at verse 1.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Matthew 19 and 3. Sorry, Matthew 3. Matthew 19 and 3.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife? Now
this is Yahushua. When he was walking the earth, these scribes and Pharisees was trying to find any reason for Yahushua to break the law. Any reason they was trying to find so they can go ahead and hang him. So these Pharisees coming up to Yahushua, and for y'all who didn't know who Yahushua was, Yahushua is who we call Christ in the world. All right. This is his Hebrew name, which is called Yahushua. So you're going to hear us refer to him as Yahushua. So that's who we were talking about. All right. So these scribes and Pharisees was coming unto Yahushua, trying to get him tripped up, seeing if he'll go against the laws of what Moses was saying. Keep going. And he asked him, is it unlawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Keep reading, bro.
Oh, God. Verse 4, and he answered and said unto them, have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Verse 5, and said, For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
The twain should be one flesh. Now, did they literally become one flesh? When we say the twain become one flesh, man and woman can't literally come one flesh. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm still me. Me and my wife, we married. We're not all in one flesh together, but we're on one accord. Right. I'm in the truth. She understands the truth. We understand that shrimp, pork, and lobster is wrong. She understands it's wrong. So we get under one accord. You understand? We're family. We all going in the right direction. She's not going left when I'm going right. We all on the one accord. That's what that means. All right. So we come one flesh. We're twain. That means, you know, in between, you can't tell the authority that I'm telling her and that she's doing, she's following will be coming from the Most High, from someone else's.
Right.
You understand? She understands we go in this direction. That's what that means. Keep reading, brother.
Come on, verse 6. Wherefore, they are no more twain, but one flesh.
She's not going her way, and I'm going my way. Get together, one flesh. All right. Jump down to verse. Keep reading. We finish it out.
Okay. Continuing on. What therefore God have joined together, let no man put asunder.
We understood even before time that we were never to get divorced. Once you marry a woman, it was never going to get divorced. All right. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Right. Verse 7. This they say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
That's when we go back to 24. We're going to stay where we at. Keep your finger right there. So when we went back to verse 24, this is what he's saying. He said that, you know, just read that one more time. If you can't, go back to 24.
They said to him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorce?
We just read in Deuteronomy that Moses gave him the divorce. And he's asking, okay, so if you're thinking that we're supposed to be one and not get a divorce, then why did Moses do it? Mm-hmm. So now he's still trying to trip Christ up.
Right.
He's trying to trip up Yahushua. So we're going to find out what he said. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 2. And when she is departed out of his house.
Hold on, we're gonna stay. Hold on a second. Go back and read this. Read verse 6.
Come on. Going back. Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder.
Keep reading.
Come on, verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
Go ahead.
Verse 8. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
So Yahushua just cleared it up. He said, Moses allowed you for a time. That's what suffer means. It means suffer. It's for a time. He allowed you to do it for a time. When we say you got to follow laws, statutes, commandments, that's just what it means. We follow laws, statutes, and commandments. Laws are laws that are governed by a governing body. Someone who comes into authority, he makes these laws down given by Most High God. Your commandments are something the Lord is telling you to do out of his own mouth. He's written down saying this is what you're going to do and not do. Statutes are something that they can actually change. So General Yahanna say, okay, right now, the Passover is going to be always in New York. But something happens that we Passover going to be it was in Texas, then it was in Florida. Now it's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. Right. That's something he changed. He changed that because of situation that took place, which is COVID. So a man of authority, a person who the Lord has put in charge, can make those types of change. It's not saying that he's out of order. He just sees what's going on. He consults with the Most High, and he does what's best for that nation.
Right.
Unless it's according to the Most High God for the right. So instead of killing each other and you know people hating each other, because he said the hardness of our heart. So them brothers and sisters was fighting and killing each other. So Moses said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to allow you to put away for a time. But Yahushua is going to clear it up in this next verse. Keep going.
Okay. Look at Matthew chapter 19.
But he also said in the beginning, it was not so. In the beginning, since the time he got the law, statutes, commandments, the divorce was never allowed. Understand? But Moses had to do it for a time. Go ahead, keep reading, brother.
The book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 8. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her, which is put away, doth commit adultery.
You understand? So the Lord cleared everything up. He said it. Who said the only way you can get divorced from your spot, a man can go put his wife away, is for an adultery.
Right.
Anybody can tell what adultery is, according to the Bible. What is adultery according to the Bible? Anyone? Anybody here? Go ahead, brother. Let's see what the little young man. Go ahead.
Salaki, when someone is married and
You on it?
I want to say they meet someone else and they know they're married and yet they still like get together.
Mm-hmm. You saying when a man sees another woman and she's married to another man?
Yeah, and he knows that she's married.
And he knows that she's married?
And they still do it.
And they still do it? Absolutely. Since you raise your hand, that's when a woman sleeps with someone outside the husband. Y'all saying the same things. Right. That's exactly right. Clap it up for him. That's what adultery is. A woman is already married to a man, and she goes to sleep with another man. That's an adultery. And that man that sleeps with her, he's also an adultery. If a man knows, he sees a woman and she knows she got a husband, and he goes to sleep with that woman, he just committed adultery. She just committed adultery. That's what adultery is according to the Bible. Now, we understand what y'all think it is in the world, but if you come back to the Bible and understand what it is, then you know that this is the real definition of an adultery. Understand? But the Lord said that's the only reason why you can put away your wife, except for that. Other than that, you're married for life. You're married for life. And that's what we're reading right now when we go back into the in Deuteronomy. We go back to who it was before. Go back to Deuteronomy 24. We're gonna continue on. Anybody got any questions? Any questions online? Go ahead, bro.
Salakia, sir. Originally, my question is, before, when two people were found in adultery, they were to be stoned.
Mm-hmm.
So is Christ now saying that to not necessarily stone her, but to just put her away versus them being stoned, or is that synonymous, putting her away and stoning her, or them?
No, it's two different laws we're under. Okay. Under Moses' law, not saying that Christ did away with the laws. He didn't do away with it. He just did away with, the laws as far as the judgment of who's judging. Who's judging us. So back then we had judgments to judge. That was a good question for the brother. The brother, repeat your question, brother. He wants to know under what law. Are we still stoning? When Christ was talking about put her away, is that still stoning? Because we understood back in the Old Testament it was going to be stoned. But in the New Testament, it's not that way. We're under the law, still under the law. But the law we're under is of a contrite heart. You understand? That's the law that we're under right now. So you're not gonna have a judge come out and try to stone a woman. Like today, if that happens today, you're not gonna find nobody coming out stoning you. Right. No one's gonna stone the brother or sister for committing adultery. Right. However, they will pay the cost. The Lord sees that, and you will pay the cost. Now, back in the times we're in, and going back in the Old Testament time, you was to be judged that way. If you were found to be an adulterer or an adulteress, you was put in front of the people that are going to judge. If you found that you was in contempt of that, they were going to stone you to death. Did that answer your question? Sign Christ. All right, we're gonna go back to verse 2.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 2 in the English. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Now, at this time, remember, this is what Moses permitted. He suffered it. So when you put your away and she leaves the house, she go and be with another man. Shalaki, brother, you had a question?
Oh yeah, I got a comment. Piggyback what you're saying. The precept in Leviticus 20:10. And a man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
I want you to read that real slow. Say nice and loud. We found that first of all.
All right, come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10.
20, verse 10. Go ahead. Leviticus.
And a man that committed adultery with another man's wife.
A man commits adultery with another man's wife. A man commits adultery with another man's wife. Go ahead.
Even that he committed adultery with his neighbor's wife.
Even his neighbor's wife. She's married already, and he wants to take her for his wife. Go ahead.
The adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death.
The adulterer and adulteress should surely be put to death. That was against the laws back then. And this is what we're reading right here. So now we're jumping over to the Deuteronomy 24:2. And it says, and if she shall depart out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. because this is the time that Moses was saying he suffered them to go ahead and be divorced because they were killing each other. So at this point, if she leaves her husband and go with another man's wife, keep going, verse 3.
Khan. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 3. And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and giveth it in her hand and sendeth her out of his house. So
I'm married to this woman. I find someone clean. I don't want to deal with her. I write a divorce. I give it a letter. She rolls out and goes to the house. Keep going.
Khan. Or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife.
And just say I passed away. And some man took her to be his wife. Keep going. Verse 4.
Verse 4. Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
Now, I guess what this is Women's History Month. Here's a little nugget for the Women's History Month. Yeah, y'all didn't think I knew that. Huh? Y'all didn't think I knew that. For the month, this is a little nugget. This is a little history, a little time in history. If your man and you and your wife, if he puts you away and you go into another man and say you just, because you assume the grass is going to be greener on the other side. You say, you know what? I'm tired of this nigga right here. I don't want to know more. I'm done with him. And you go and be with another man. And on that side, you feel the grass is not greener on the other side. Or you find out, well, damn, he treat me worse than my other husband would treat me. Or I like my other husband, but this guy don't even love my kids. At least the last husband loved my kids. This man don't give a damn about my children. You know what? I'm going to go back to him. I realized I made a mistake. Too late. You can't go back to that brother.
Right.
You can't go back to him. Because time and time again, we always think the grass is green on the other side. We always think we can do better, especially women. I know I'm harping on y'all women, but look, a lot of women think that it's always better. There's someone out there always better than the man I got. Always better than the man I got. Let me ask you a question. If I was to take all the problems between you and your man and all your family, all your problems, now put them in a jar. Take everybody's problem and put them in a jar. Now shake it up and say, pick your problems. I guarantee how many of you would pick your own problems? Because dealing with somebody else's problems, you couldn't deal with it. You couldn't deal with it. I would pick my own problems and deal with my own problem than to pick somebody else's problem. So work out your issues among each other. Right. It may be hard. No one said staying together and being married is going to be easy. It is hard work.
Right.
And you're not going to know your spouse in 3 to 4 years, 5, 6 years. You might know them 10, 11, 12 years later. Now you're starting to know each other. Right. Now you're starting to know each other. Right. So never fall for that whole thing. It's always better on the other side. I think my uncle used to tell me, man, pick if your woman's what you say, she's a bitch. Pick the amount of bitch you can deal with and deal with that. And deal with that. She might be crazy. Take your level of craziness and deal with that level of crazy. Because there's always a woman out there who's more crazier than the woman you got. That's right. So you gonna put her away and leave her and completely let her go for another woman, and that woman gonna bring you 10 times hell and worse hell than you ever had.
Right.
So work out your problems, man.
And so like I said, that's what's so beautiful. That's what's so beautiful about the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Because when it comes to men, you understand, like picking women and understanding that men can have multiple women in their lives. Understand, like the I.S.U.P.K. has the 6-month rule when it comes to courting and getting to know a sister, making sure that you vet this sister vets you as a husband. Right. Possibly, you understand that you get counsel, you get to know each other. You understand, outside of the consummation, outside of the sex. Get to know this person, get to learn their character, and see if this is actually the right fit for you. You understand? And not just base all your decisions solely on sex.
That's right.
You understand? Because if you do that, you can avoid a lot of headaches and a lot of heartaches.
That's right. No, it's true, because once you have sex, you commit. That's it. It's a wrap. So I will say this with sisters who have not found the man yet, and everybody's saying, "Oh, sister, you got to find your man." Look, sister, do the right. You're doing the right thing. You don't got a man yet. Keep on vetting that brother. Brother, you ain't got a rib yet. Keep on vetting these sisters, because you're gonna save yourself a lot of heartache and pain. Right. Once you do decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna get this brother. Take him call me. Say, Officer Kaz, I found this brother I like. Can you hang out with him for a week? I hang out with the brother. Right. I hang out with him. Right. Me and my other brothers will hang out with him. We'll shoot. We go play some pool, whatever. We'll tell you the qualities of this brother. We'll tell you if that brother is right for you. And I have no problem doing. Any sisters can call me and say, look, Officer Kaz, I got a man I want you to vet. But if you have a father or you have an uncle that you're close to, let them vet that brother. Trust me. Let them bust. Let them check him out and give you the download on that brother.
So like I said, if I could, in the world, I used to do that, sir. And I called it. Send me the application.
You know, send me the application.
Let me see the resume.
Yeah.
Let me see the resume. Let's do that before we do anything else.
All right. And brothers, I commend you. If you find a woman you like, man, go hang out with their family. Hang out with their mother. Go talk to the father. And they'll let you know what? I don't want to be with this sister. she ain't gonna be right.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I'm serious.
No, yeah. That's man. Like I said, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct, sir. Because when I did that and I was trying to vet a sister, it was like, oh man, okay, she's cool. She's cool. Hang out at the house, and I see how the family is. and I had to think to myself, man, if I married this sister here, like I'm literally marrying that family.
Yeah.
And that family it's just gonna be so much drama. It's like, you know what? I don't need this.
That's right.
I don't want.
And you can't change it. I'm gonna change the family. You ain't gonna change that.
Man.
Since you have something, yeah, sure.
What if she's in school? You hang out with her mother. I mean, we all know some of our mothers are.
And while she's in the truth?
Yeah, you still gonna diss her?
wait. Bring that by me again.
In the truth. And you know, you try to get to know her, then you go hang out with her family, her family, wilding out to her mother. So you still gonna diss on her?
No. What I'm gonna do, like I said, find your amount of praising. I mean, if that brother sees that woman, she crazy, you know what? All right, I'm gonna roll this way. Because it's all about what you can handle and what you can see yourself with. It may not be nothing wrong with the sister. Maybe I see the sister and I like this the way she is. She crazy, I like it. But this brother might be a little more, introvert. Like, I can't deal with that. And he's gonna go. So I ain't saying that the sister is wrong. Right. That's just how she operates. You just got to find a brother who likes that type of sister, and boom, there you go. But the key point to it is to vet the brothers, to vet the sisters. Don't jump in there because you like she's got a big tail behind her. Don't because the brother got all muscled up. I know. Don't worry about it, brother. I know y'all looking at me like that. No, because the brother got big arms or whatever the case may be. Don't go after the brother because of that. Those things are gonna fade away. Because the brother's he's big and swole, but he's gonna get old. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna come a time in his life where problems gonna arrive and he can't work out as much as he used to, or he may get sick to where he can't work out, and then now you're stuck with just him. A lady's beauties fade. As slow as we say black don't crack, eventually it's going to fade. And that woman that you're left with is going to be the essence of who she is, the essence of her being. Right. Can you deal with the essence of her being? Her soul. Is she forgiveful? Is she caring? Is she thoughtful? Is she kind? Now, I know she got a little problem. She a little crazy, but if she got all those things, then that's what you're left with. That's right. Those men, can he provide for me? Can he protect me? Is he willing to listen to my problems? Is he kind of sweet with me? And is he stern on me? Because no, you don't want a woman just do what she want to do. A man has to be stern on his woman, just like he's got to be stern on his daughters. So if you have a man who's gonna let you do what he wants to you and do whatever you want, then that's what you want. That's what you want. But you want a man who takes control of them types of things. Is not afraid to tell you no when you're doing something. Right. So you gotta just watch those things. Like I said, I'm putting my application out there now for sisters who don't have a man and you're looking for a brother to come and vet your man. That's me. I have no problem doing it. But he's paying. He's paying if he gonna do something. He gonna pay.
It's also if I could, the sister did have a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying about the family. You know what I'm saying when it comes to the family, the main thing is for that sister. Yes, she might have a mother who's a monster, family who are monsters and everything like that. But now the question is that woman going to submit to me or to her family? Mm-hmm. I'm saying, like, we've been in a relationship. Now she gonna listen to me or she gonna listen to the family? Like the situation I gave, I realized that sister was gonna listen to her family more than me, and that family was gonna take over our relationship. Mm-hmm. Understand? But now if you don't have to worry about the family taking over your relationship, it should be no problems at all.
That's right. So let's get back to this thing. So no sweat, brother. Exactly right. So we're going to go back to verse 4. Read verse 4 again.
Khan, I don't want Khan. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 4. Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. Mm-hmm. After that, she is defiled.
She is what?
Defiled.
She's defiled. So you try to take this woman back. She's defiled already. She left you because she didn't like you. She went and slept with this brother. Now this brother don't like her, and he sent her back, or he dies, or whatever case may be. He don't like her. He sends her back. She's defiled. I know women think, oh, that's just harsh. That's just rough. She's defiled. The scripture says she's defiled. So the brother can't take her back. And the Lord is going to express how he feels about this. Now, we can say what we want. Y'all can say, nah, ain't that bad. And you can say what you want. But what did the Lord say about it? Continue reading.
After that, she is defiled. For that is abomination before the Lord.
That is an abomination before the Lord. So what do you call them these days now? Simps? Simps? So those types of simps in the world who just love a woman and the woman tell you what to do, you run over each other, let them run over you.
It's like munch.
Munch. God damn, it's another one. Munch. Damn, for those brothers who let a woman run over you, your woman leaves you for whatever the case may be, and then she comes back and you decline, you inclined to take her back. The Lord said, it's an abomination to take her back. Right. And there's reasons why the Lord says it's an abomination to take her back. But I'm gonna tell you one: if a woman leaves me and goes with another man and then comes back to me and I take her, it's gonna be hell in that house. Right. It's gonna be hell in that house. It's gonna be where you going, where you been, everywhere you go. They're gonna be checking your phones. It's gonna be all these things. Trust is gonna be going out the window. I can't do it no more. Right. Was he better than me? How was this? Y'all know y'all brothers get. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a big shit show. Right. It's gonna be an abomination. And things will never be the same. So the Lord understands this. That's why he says it's gonna be an abomination. So let it go. Let her go on out there and find a man she could deal with and just roll with that. But by you taking her back, it's an abomination. All right, keep going.
And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
The Lord gave us land to inherit. So all this, going back and forth between, it's going to pollute the land. This is Israel. We're all living amongst each other. Now you keep doing this. You go sleep with that man, and you leave that man and go sleep with this brother, and this brother sleep with that. It's going to dilute the whole land. And the Lord said, the land is an inheritance. So this is an inheritance. You treat it like it's an inheritance. Right. It's supposed to be fruitful and keep giving and giving. But if you do this and keep coming back, all those falsities keep coming back, you're going to defile the land. It's an abomination. Right. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 5. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business.
Now, women, this is your month again. This is being your month. Here's a caveat to the other side. It says, when a man taketh a new wife, he found a new wife, he found a new rib, saw in the corner looking good, you would spit that game to her, and now you go and do what you do. Now y'all married. There's laws for that. It says, when a man had a new wife, he shall not go out to war. If you don't understand by now, by staying with us and reading, that's all we did was fight. That's all we did. The children of Israel, all we did was fight, war. We fought all our life. So it kind of baffles me to think that today's time that we don't think that we're still in warfare. Right. If that's all we ever did was fight, because we had to understand that we had other nations trying to take what we had, trying to take our women, trying to take our nation, trying to take our people. They tried to take everything we had, trying to take our land. So therefore, we was always fighting, protecting what was ours, protecting what the Lord given us. So to this day, we think that we ain't supposed to fight. People always tell us, why y'all dressed like y'all in warfare? Well, damn, in the Passover, when we came out of Egypt, we had to eat the Passover in our warlike garments, ready. We had to eat one hand and our hand on the sword with the other hand because we thought they were going to come in. So he's always fighting. So what makes you think that today, amongst the other nations, that blacks and Spanish Native Indians are not going to fight against them? They're not going to come up against us. They're going to come up against us. They have been doing it. Right now, we are in warfare right now with all the wages not being given to us for the work that we've been done. Housing market going up. The food market skyrocketing. I mean, I seen an article the other day that they broke down somebody making $14 to $15 an hour, how much living cost is. There is no way, according to the numbers, there's no way you can afford a house or an apartment at this day and age right now. Right. There's no way. Just breaking down the barely numbers, you barely making it with two people. That is ultimately warfare against families, against the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, because we don't make that money like that. Right. We don't have that. It takes two of us to come together. Now it's going to take family moving in with family just to survive. Right. That's warfare. But we walk around thinking that, oh, no, everything is good. I got my house. I got my deal. Yeah, but your brothers and sisters are suffering. Your mother's living by herself. You're taking all the Social Security. Medicare is taking all of, just to pay for one medication. She's spending $300 on the medication. So what is she doing? Barely surviving. So it's been warfare. So you have to fight. So we're in war. Don't let it go. So getting back, what was that? What was that? Okay.
Verse 5.
Verse 5. We're gonna read it again for brother. I'm sorry.
Khan. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war.
There we go. That's where I was at. When you take a new wife, you shouldn't go out to war because our Lord understands you need time to mold the wife, spend time with her, to kind of show her around the things that how you want to do with life, and to get on your accord, and you gotta get on one accord. So he gives you time to build that relationship with each other. And also, if you want to try to have a baby or something like that, go ahead and have that baby. So you're not charged with anything. You're not trying to go to war. You're a soldier, and whatever business that you got leave from that. I'm not sure if anybody, you understand leave, but when you're in the military, there's this thing called leave. Which give you a certain amount of time. Say you want to go leave you want to go on vacation. We call it here, when you're a civilian, they call it vacation. So if you want to go on vacation with the family, they'll give you a thing called leave. If you got 90 days, whatever time you put in, you had that set amount of time to deal with your family. Well, that's the same thing happening that we did. They had leave that we can go ahead and try to raise your family. Any type of business that you had to do, it's been halted. Go home, spend time with that new wife. All right, keep going.
Khan. Neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife, which he hath taken.
You know what that means? Cheer up his wife. You want to cheer up his wife, and the wife is getting cheered. You know what I mean? As we call it, aka terrified. They want to go and try to have babies, try to have kids, man. For 1 year, you gotta do anything. Lord understands us. Lord understands how Israel works. All right.
If I could, this also shows how the Bible is not as misogynistic as the world says.
Yeah, he ain't does it sound like the Lord hate women? Don't sound like you hate women, that?
Right.
He's telling you to go cheer your woman up. And I'm sure your woman ain't saying, nah, don't cheer me up. She's down with it. She's down with it. Get down.
I mean, that's great, because the Most High understands his people.
That's right.
He wants to give them time off to be together, spend time together, go out on dates, talk with each other, just good conversation, just really building up the relationship.
That's right.
Right.
And also building a family.
That's right. You got to build a family. It takes time to build a family. No one wants to have a baby and go straight to work.
Right.
You want to be able to have that baby, enjoy the baby, spend a little time, and then go and do your thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, brother.
And Salakia, sir, if you look at it, the world gives you, they understand the concept of a honeymoon. So after marriage, they'll have a weekend or a week or so to just be together.
That's right.
But the Most High is giving you a year.
That's right.
Of that time of just being together, just relishing in the marriage that you just made.
Yeah. Relishing the mistake that you just made. No, I'm just damn, I should have married this woman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you're gonna know. After that year, you're gonna know. Everything is about that woman and man that you want to know, you're gonna know about that brother. Like,
that's right.
Who did I marry? But it's what it is. All right.
And so like I said, you also learn man feet don't stink if you don't work hard.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to deal with that. You have to deal with that.
So man feet stink, he working,
He working.
He working. Right. So don't get mad at sticky meat, the men with sticky feet. He working. He working. All right, keep going. Keep going.
Khan, verse 6. No man shall take Salakia. No man shall take the neither or the Salakia. No man shall take the nether or the upper millstone to pledge. For he taketh a man's life to pledge.
What are we talking about right here? Anybody know what we're talking about right here? I know what the upper millstone is. If I remember correctly, upper millstone is when they're grinding, working. It's when they're when women doing grain, they have these two stones. One is considered the upper mill, one's considered the lower mill. But the upper mill is both of these stones are important. Without one or the other, they can't do their job. It's really difficult to do their job. So they're grinding the grain, making bread, making food, whatever they make. Because back then that's all we did was grains and vegetables and fruit. So we was graining a lot. So without one of those two stones, it's very difficult to do the task. Very difficult. It's damn near impossible. When I was reading, it was impossible for them to do the grain without those two stones, the upper one or the lower one. So it says here, no man shall take near the nether or the upper millstone for a pledge. A pledge, you don't know what a pledge is? It's like collateral. Pledge is collateral. It's a pledge. It's like collateral. So you can't take that because sometimes people are depending on this. Their life depends on what they have that they're giving to you. Right. So if you're borrowing something, say, I'm going to give you this. Their life can very well depend on what they pledged out. Like today in Esau's world, you may have to, we may have to go to a loan. And then they want to do the loan, going to be like 23%, 25%. That's the end of your life. It's like you can't pay that back. So whatever you pledge, you're going to lose it. And you lose that item, that might be detrimental to how you live. But that's the only thing of value that you had at the time. So that's what a pledge is going for. A pledge is something on type of collateral. So right now it says, don't give them, don't do that. Don't take what the lifelong thing that they had that can preserve their life. Don't take the only thing they have, because that might kill them. Right. You understand? Go ahead, sister.
Is it possible to say that this is saying don't take somebody's livelihood from them?
That's the perfect way to do it. Don't take somebody's what they have. That's their livelihood. You might have somebody who believes in, at the time, their prize bull possession. And that bull is taken, the prize bull is going to be taken, and then that way they can breed it to have more money come to the family. So now he's going to let you hold that for something that he wants to give to his daughter, and he'll pay it back to you. But you're taking that and you're keeping it. And now that's his livelihood. That's how he makes his money. So you're absolutely right. Says that's his livelihood. So don't do that. All right? Go ahead, sir.
Salaki, sir. Two quick things. What the sister was saying, it kind of resonated with me. Is almost like I owe you, but as a handyman, you take my tools.
There you go.
As collateral. Because then how would I be able to pay you back?
That's right.
If you take away the thing that I use to make the money.
That's right.
And Salakia, I relate that honestly to child support.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that out. Child support, yeah.
You put the man on child support, and then if he miss a payment, then they suspend his license. If he miss another payment, and now how can he get to work if you suspend his license?
Exactly.
And then you put him in jail if he continues to not pay.
That's exactly.
And now he's in jail. How can he make the money to pay
his child? So that type of system right there is for people who just don't care about the system. Right. Who gonna try to buck the system. But a man who's doing right, who wants to make sure he takes care of a kid, it's against him. That system is against him. It's an evil, wicked ass system, period. So that tells you, sisters, what we're going to the beginning. Vet that brother. Vet that sister. You won't have these problems.
Right.
If you vet it right, the problems will be damn near nil or very small percentage if you vet. And make sure this is the right man that you want to raise your child, the right woman that you want to have to bear your children. This system wouldn't be having to exist for Israelite, because this is a wicked system, man. Like the brother said, you're gonna put me in jail if I get behind. You're gonna take my license. Now I drive for a living. I drive semis for a living. So if you take that from me, I cannot provide. Now what I'm gonna do? Now if I can't make the money that I was making because you took my license, now I go out there and make less. But I can't afford the payment that you told me to pay. Now I'm going to jail. See how that system is?
Right.
So that's a very good point you brought up. Very good analogy. That's the man's livelihood. Don't do that. All right. You don't keep reading these? Next 7 verses? Next 7?
Salaki, you want me to read verse 7?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Salaki, verse 7. Salaki.
Khan on one Khan. Verse 7. If a man be found stealing, Salaki, if a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you.
Damn, who's that sound like? If a man found any of his brothers and children of Israel and maketh merchandise of it and sell them, can't sell an individual. That's your brother. You find them out there, you take them, you put them in. Now you're making merchandise. Now you want to sell them for a profit. They do your work. Now you want to sell it for this. Oh, you want a nice, hard-working child or man? Yeah, here you go. Give me 5 shekels for him, and you can have him. You can't do that.
Right.
Cannot do that. If it's against the Lord's wishes that had been done. So how do you explain how we got here in America? How do you explain the children of Israel being into captivity after captivity. Now, I know a little bit of it was our fault because we disobeyed the Most High God. Right. But how they went to extreme of selling us and beating us, that was not right. And now we chilling over there. We sitting over there living our life over there in the West Bank of Africa. Now the oppressor comes over and wants to get us. And your Africans sell us to these daggone oppressors. They just made profit off of us. This is what the Bible is describing also. They profited off. They took us and they sold us into slavery and made money off us and gave us nothing. Right. Nothing. And that's how a bunch of our Black and Spanish Native Indians, we don't understand. That's why we always tell you we're brothers. We've been through the same thing, the same process we've been through. We got taken by the daggone English and whatever the people are, those Caucasian people, those types. We was taught to speak English. Our Hispanic Native Indians, brothers and sisters, they also was taken the same way. Conquistadors. And they've been taken by the conquistadors, which means conqueror. And they taught them how to speak Spanish. Now, ironically enough, going back to those three Israelites that was in that building I made reference to before, one of the brothers spoke Spanish. He was a Native Indian. And I was baffled. I'm like, how my name is Native, I'm a Native Indian. He said, my name is Jose. And it's spelled Jossee. Was an Indian name, American Indian name. But I speak Spanish. I'm like, well, how the hell you speak Spanish? I'm like, this is crazy to me. It was baffling me. I'm like, how are you Native Indian, but you speak Spanish fluently? He said, well, because I was born on this side in Arizona, this side of the reservation, then you're speaking Spanish, but you're Native Indian. But if you're born on that side, you're Mexican. I'm like, what the? Just by moving up the line. I said, okay, well, let me ask, what is your father? Native Indian. What the hell? So I'm still trying to figure out how that just tell us how they used to take us and just shake us up and just send us off. Sell you over here, sell you over here, send you over there, send you over here. Blacks and Spanish, Native Indian, y'all are brothers, man.
Right.
The shit that happened in Mexico should not have happened. But since the Lord let it happen, it gives us a reference point to say, that's what happens when you're not in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
You don't understand the importance of value of another brother's life. You take it at will. We do that not here in the United States among each other. We take each other's lives at will. But I understand what's happening. I understand the division. I understand how Esau thinks, how he divides us up. One live in the greater part of the area, one live in the lower part of the area. You're going to get this man a job, but don't get this one a job. It's divide and conquer. Right. And now we hate each other. Blacks don't like the Mexicans. Mexicans don't like the blacks. Puerto Ricans don't like Dominicans. The Haitians don't like Dominicans. It's all big turmoil because they stole someone and sold them and lost their identity. The worst thing you can do from a person is take the identity from them. Right. And our identity as Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indian has been stolen from us. We have 12 tribes. Those 12 tribes were just brothers and sisters. Just imagine your house, each one of your brothers and sisters' name, including yourself, it was just a tribe. Y'all all a family. That's what the 12 tribes are like. We had 12 brothers and sisters. And then they went on living their life. And each one of them had tribes. That's why we tell you we're brothers and we're sisters. Right. And we need to start treating each other as such. But since Esau came and stole us and sold us, we all discombobulated. That's why this Sabbath service is very important. That's why I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Yahanna is very important to understand who we are, to get back to those roots, to find our identity back. So that way we start loving each other.
Right.
You see our generals making effort. We learning Spanish. I see it all over Facebook now. The brothers in the school and sisters in the school are trying to learn Spanish. Right. But Rib asked me, well, how come we're not learning Hebrew? I said, the Lord's going to take care of that. But to get the brothers in the school or to try to talk to them, conversate them, you got to learn Spanish.
Right.
So we can actually reach out to our brothers and sisters. You don't have to have a full-fledged conversation, but just knowing, I've been around enough Spanish people to know, if you just know a little bit of the language to help them out, to let them know that you're trying to understand them, it goes a long way. And you'll see in the grocery stores how our people how oppressors treat people who don't understand English. And also how we as Blacks treat them when we don't speak English. We start, hey, what, you don't learn the language? You can go back to your place. You can go back to Mexico. Go back to Puerto Rico. But I'm like, dude, y'all, this ain't our first language, our land.
Right.
So how would you like if somebody said, take your ass back to Africa? That's just how they feel. So instead of saying that, try to identify with their language, understand it. That way you can help them. I know a little Spanish. Some people think I'm fluent in it than others, but I know a lot more Spanish. So if I see someone in the grocery store who's having a hard time, I can help them. And the smile that's on their face when you help them is great. And that's what you got to come back to. And if you do that, Esau will regret the moment that he ever sold us.
Right.
He regret the moment he ever sold us. He gonna regret it anyway, but you'll see it. He gonna regret it. Understand? So we'll keep on reading. Verse 8, go ahead.
Khan on the one, Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Hashamar, Ban Yagai, Salakia, Banagai, Hatazaraitha, La Shamar, Ma'ad, Wa Salakia, Wala Aishwath, Kakal, Ashar, Yawarav, Salakia, Afkam, Hakahanyam, Haloyam, Ka Ashar, Salakia, Tazawatham, Tha Shamarwa, La Aishawath, Sa, verse 9. Zakawar, Ath, Ashar, Aisha, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Salakia, La Maryam, Badarak, Bataza Salakia, Batada Afkam, Mamataza Rayam, Sa, verse 10, Kaya, Tasha, Salakia, Barayat, Baraika, Masha'ath, Ma'awama, La'a, Taba'a, Al, Bayathwa, Ibatwa. Verse 11. Kanawakan. Verse 11. Bakawataza. Tha'imad. Waha'ayash. Ashar. Atha. Nasha. Bawa. Yamataza Ya. Aliaka. Ayabawat. Hakawataza. Verse 12, last verse. Wa'am. Ayash. Aina. Ainya. Hawa'a. La'a. Shakab. Batwa.
Okay. What's the last verse read?
13 has pledge as well.
Okay.
With that subject.
All right, you'll sweat.
Read 13.
Khan, verse 13. Hashab. Thashayab. Lawa. Ath. Ha'ibawat. Kaba'a. Hashamash. Washakab. Bashalam Thawa. Waba'ar ka. Salakia. Wabarak ka. Walaya. Salakia. Walaka. Thahaya. Tazadaka. Lapanya. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Sa.
All right, go back up. Clap it up for him. Verse 8.
Verse 8. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 8 in the English. Take heed in the pledge of leprosy, in Salakia, in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you, as I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do.
As Moses commanded them, as the Lord commanded us to teach our people, teach them things, to observe the law, statutes, commandments. He said, be very aware of the plagues of the leprosy, because when they tell you to do, when a man of God tells you to do something, there can be consequences if you don't do it. Because as we're gonna find out, there was consequences when Miriam didn't do things that the Levites told her to do. What God told, she didn't understand what the Lord was telling Moses. She questioned it. So the things that these brothers in the truth are telling you to do, and Commander Yahanna is teaching us and letting us know and do some things. You have to, just observe it. You got to do these things, man. You have to do them. Understand? Keep going.
Khan, verse 9. Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam, by the way. After that, ye were come forth out of Egypt.
Anybody know what happened to Miriam? Who was Miriam? Anybody know who Miriam was? Who was Miriam? Sister? Aaron's wife. No, Aaron's sister. Aaron's sister. It's Aaron's sister. Absolutely right. Anybody know what happened to her? Or not? We're gonna go read it. We're gonna go over there and read it. Some of y'all gonna read it? Go ahead, sis.
She had questioned Moses, one of his ribs, and she got leprosy.
Got the leprosy. So she had this precept to that. We're gonna try to find a precept. Numbers 21, 12 and 1. Numbers 12 and 1. Let's go jump on Numbers 12 and 1. I believe we can start there, I think. If we could. Yeah, Miriam was Aaron's sister, and she questioned some things that Moses had did. And we're gonna go over and read that chapter as soon as we get it.
Not just questioned, but she murmured. And as the scripture says, spoke against her.
All right. Who got it? Anybody want to read it?
Okay, the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. Verse 2. And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it.
Oh, now she talking trash. She talking trash. She said, oh, well, shoot. The Lord only going to talk to Moses? I mean, he ain't talk to us. That's what she's saying. This is Miriam. Now, the Lord gave Moses the word. He's talking to them, but she wants to know why, Lord, I can't talk to the Lord. Why Lord ain't talking to me and Aaron? What's going on with that? Keep going, brother.
Okay, verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Moses didn't say much. He's a very meek person, man. If Moses was something, I mean, shoot, he was more meek than Commander Yahanna. I mean, Moses was he's very meek, very kind person, very spirited. If you look at Commander Yahanna, they're about the same spirit they have, the meekness. Right. Very meek, very humble. That's how Moses was. Keep going.
Okay, verse 4. And the Most High spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron.
As soon as you said that, the Lord spoke. Hey, hold up, because Aaron and Moses was going to be meek. He wasn't going to say much. But the Lord spoke immediately to address that problem. What did he say? Keep going.
Spoke suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam. Come out ye free unto the tabernacle of the congregation.
He said, no, y'all three of y'all, come out here. Come out here. Now, this is the Lord. The Lord is gangster, bro. The Lord is serious.
Right.
She spoke up against that, and immediately the Lord said, hey, y'all three, come out of the tabernacle. Keep going.
And they three came out. And the Most High came down in the pillar of the cloud.
Cloud came down. Lord came in. He knew how to make an appearance. Lord came down just that quick in the pillar of cloud. Whew. What's up? Keep going.
Okay. And the Lord came down the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forward.
Y'all two, bring your ass here. Come here. Y'all two, come here.
Right.
Keep going.
And he said, hear now my word.
Now, let me tell you something. So I'm going to break it down to y'all in our term, because y'all might think the old English is, I'm bringing it down to, what the niggerdom. Bring it down to niggerdom. So let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you something right now. Keep going.
If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision.
If I was a prophet, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. I'll let you know. It's going to be in a vision. Keep going.
And will speak unto him in a dream.
And I'll speak to you in a dream. If you was prophets among you. Go ahead.
My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
Moses ain't like y'all. Moses ain't that. I speak to him mouth to mouth. You understand? I talk to him directly. I give you visions and this and that. But with Moses, I'm gonna talk. He's not like y'all. I'm gonna talk to him by mouth to mouth. Keep going.
With him will I speak mouth to mouth,
Mm-hmm.
even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Yeah, not no speeches, no convoluted speech. I go straight to him and tell him what's going on. Go ahead.
And the similitude
Mm-hmm.
of the Lord shall he behold.
Damn right. Keep going.
Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
So therefore, he know he is the servant. I speak mouth to mouth. But what, you gonna speak against him? You gonna speak against what I told him? Whatever he did, I told him to do. You gonna speak against him? Keep going.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against him, and he departed.
And anger was up, and the Lord was upset. The Lord pretty much just low key, not even low key. He checked them straight out. Y'all ain't like Moses. You remember what he did? I told Moses to do this. Y'all got a problem with it? As soon as he checked him, poof, he took off again. Keep going.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, Miriam became leprous.
Goddamn. It's like it. Keep going.
White as snow.
As soon as he left the cloud, Miriam was changed and took him out. Miriam was white as snow. Go ahead, sis. Did he turn to a heathen? No, he didn't turn to a heathen. No, he didn't turn to a heathen. He just made leprosy. He put leprosy upon her skin. And leprosy is he took all the hue away from her. But see, that's kind of like, but what you said is not too far-fetched from what you're saying. She was like a heathen at that moment because we couldn't touch her. And keep reading, brother. Keep reading.
Okay.
He turned Miriam white. He made her into a white person. Keep going.
Or a slug, or at least a bind.
At least, you know what? I'm keeping like I like what I said. Turn to a white person. Keep going.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
And Aaron looked upon it and said, "Oh shit!" See, we understood what leprosy meant back then. So when he looked at her, he's like, "Oh snap! What the hell?" Go ahead.
Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us.
And now this how humble Moses is. Moses said, "Hold on, Lord. Wait a minute, please. Don't do this. Don't turn my sister to a white lady. Don't do this, Lord." He said, "I beseech you, Lord. I beg you." Beseech means beg. He said, "I beg you. I pray, Lord. Don't do this. Don't do this."
It's like it's Aaron speaking to Moses.
That was Aaron. I'm sorry. Aaron was speaking to Moses, telling him, "I beseech you," because he know the connection with the Lord in Moses. Right. He knew. He said, "Hold on, Moses. Don't do this. Don't do this. I beseech you. I beg you." Keep going.
I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly.
I know we done messed up. We done messed up, but don't put the sin upon her. My sister, please don't do this. Go ahead.
And wherein we have sinned,
Mm-hmm.
let her not be as one dead.
Don't be like her as one dead among us as a heathen. That's pretty much what you're saying. Keep going.
Of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Like who came out of mother's womb like that? Esau. Esau came out there white as snow. Don't do that. He didn't want that for his sister. Keep going.
And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now,
Now,
O God.
Moses stepped in because Lord gonna hear Moses. Heal her, Lord, please. It wasn't like he was, demanding the Lord. He was begging, Lord, please heal her. I mean, I know she done messed up, but please heal her. I don't want her to be looking like a heathen, like a leprosy lady. Please heal her. Keep going.
Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days?
The Lord said, man, if she spit in the face of her father, shouldn't he punish her? So the Lord came up with a punishment. 7 days. 7 days she's gonna have this leprosy. And in them 7 days, she's gonna be put outside the camp. She cannot socialize with nobody who's Israelite. She's gonna be put outside the camp for 7 days for what she did. She questioned and murmured and questioned Moses because he dealt with another heathen woman. He married his wife, and she had a problem with it. Keep finishing out, brother.
Okay. If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, let her be received in again.
There we go.
And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again.
She stopped the production of stuff, man. She was a white lady. she was done. So she had to stop, and they couldn't move. They couldn't do nothing until her 7 day was up. She returned back to the camp, and then they was able to move out. So be careful when you question one of these priests and prophets in the Lord when I.S.U.P.K. Be careful what you when the general tell you pay $200 fees to go down to the Passover. Remember the leprosy. Remember the leprosy. God can put it on you. Who are you to say that's too much for the general telling you to pay $200? Lord knows what it costs to run a nation. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Pay the fee. Pay the fee. Don't question it. Brothers up here tell you follow law, statutes, commandments. Don't question it. Men up here tell you, it's unlawful to put your woman away. It's unlawful. Don't do it. Man say, you know what? A man can have more than one wife. Don't listen to it. It's what it is. Don't question it. Because you could be stricken with some type of leprosy or even worse. You're going to go through problems. She went through it for 7 days. When you question something like that and go against the Lord, you'll get punished too. It could be more than 7 days, whatever the punishment could be. All right, we can go back up and get ready to finish this out. Deuteronomy 24.
Count on the one kind. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 10. When thou dost lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge.
I think we're going to stop right here. All right, we're going to finish this rest of it up next week. So the potential to be continued. Next week, we're going to a different topic. Actually, kind of the same with the laws, but it's just a different way we're going. So anybody got any questions right now? Anybody got any comments? Anything? In the Christian church, we can talk amongst each other. Right. We Israel. Right. Y'all want to comment on Miriam? Anybody? Go ahead, sis.
I guess remind people to take out the leaven out the house before they leave for the Passover.
Absolutely true. If you're good, thought to clap that for. Passover, after Passover, we're going to have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right. So if you are traveling, which most of us are going to travel, make sure you take all the leaven out of your houses. Take all the leaven out of your house, put it into a car that you got outside that ain't going nowhere, garage, whatever the case may be, get it all out of your house. That way, you'll be ready for the Feast of Unleavened. If you're actually going to stay home, if you're going to actually do the Feast of Unleavened Bread in Raleigh, North Carolina. So just remember, take all the leaven, anything that rises. There's a list that should be coming out real shortly. So get with your camp leader. If you're close to I.S.U.P.K class, wherever you're at, just go down to that school or reach out to the brothers in that area. They should have a list coming out that tells you all the things that leaven's in. And you'd be surprised what things that has leaven in it. Right. So just remember to do that. If you can't remember now, write it down, make a note on your phone. That way, you won't be, getting leprosy when you come back.
Right.
So like, go ahead, sis. No.
Okay, so sometimes people are confused. I know sometimes I am. About when it starts. It starts the night of Passover, right?
I think sunset or night, as soon as it's out, as soon as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover is done, we go right into it. Okay. He's right into it. Now, for ceremonial purposes, we do it the next morning. I believe that's how we always done it.
We'll hold a we'll hold a feast
right
the next night.
The next night
for that, but
right.
Feast of Unleavened.
It starts
the week of unleavened. The week of eating unleavened bread starts right after Passover.
As soon as Passover is done, we go right into it.
Essentially, right once we commence Passover, we're going right into it.
Right into it. And then, like I said, that feast we held that night at sunset. But we already in unleavened bread, so don't eat no leaven. This means you can't eat that. No leaven, you can't eat nothing. So I'm sure get a list of restaurants that has places that's unleavened bread in it that you can eat. But definitely at the Passover, we'll have the unleavened bread and still we have the lamb, stuff like that. So, but yeah, make sure you figure out where you're at to get ready to eat because you're gonna be hungry if you don't know what you're eating. And everything, a lot of stuff has leaven in it. So just be mindful of that.
Also, if I could also remember for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, so yes, get all the leaven out of your house and you must eat some unleavened bread every night.
That's right.
For the next 7 days.
All right. Anybody else got any? Go ahead, brother.
The unleavened bread, and then you put it in your base. You got a base in your house. Store it in the base in your house or store it in the trunk of your car.
Right. Just get it out of your house. Just get the unleavened out of your house. Best way you can. So follow those orders. All right. Anybody else got any questions, comments? So what is this? Young man, you got a question? You got a question? What's the question? You can eat something, just gotta eat the right stuff. You can eat, you just gotta ask your mama what to eat. She'll tell you. All right. You good? Yeah, whatever your mama cook. That's right. It's gonna be good for you to eat on that Feast of Unleavened Bread. Good question. Cookie chicken. Yeah, chicken. I'm sure chicken ain't got 11 in it. I mean, yeah, chicken's gonna be good. Fried chicken, baked chicken. Oh yeah, that's good. You can eat that. Spaghetti chicken. I don't know about that. It might have yeast in it. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so you can eat
Oh man.
buffalo style chicken, those named bread.
Yeah.
Eat baked chicken.
Oh, I think he this is whatever his mama give him. How old are you? How old are you, sir? You're 5, so I'm sure his mama gonna give it to him.
That's right.
All right. Anybody else got any questions, comments, anything like that? All right, we're gonna be prepared to closing. All right. Men of Israel. Well, I'm sorry. Imagine.
La Yasharala.
Israel. Imagine. Stand.
Don't fuck with means to face the east.
So
this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shemcha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Malakaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratzayaka.
Ratzayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Ba'aratza.
Ba'aratza.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Washamayim.
Washamayim.
Latan.
Latan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawakianawa.
Kabawakianawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabayanawa.
Kabayanawa.
Wanasayawan.
Vanasayawan.
Ball.
Ball.
Awashanawa.
Awashanawa.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wala'ala.
Wala'ala.
Wadapara.
Wadapara.
I will love you.
I will love you.
Aman.
Aman.
It's the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth, as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And give us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we give our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not to temptation.
Lead us not to temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
SARS. Ashabia means to be seated. Oh, all right. Before we get out of here, do we have any questions online? No questions. All right, Most High Christ. We can go ahead and turn the pass class on for Priest and Officer Dar. Go ahead and close this out. All right, the watch.
It's I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They hit to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must give permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment coming from the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and also the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you gets to the treasury department. Priest fund, free offering for priests, not mandatory. What's the amount you'd like to give? Upcoming holy convocations is the Passover. That's right. Taking place April 1st, but there is an extra itinerary starting on March the 28th, I believe. All right, get with your camp leaders for further details. Also, ISUPK.com for the itinerary. All right, and just a reminder, if you could just put in your maps 3353 Glenwood Road. That is the address for the school in Decatur, Georgia. Understand, just to help build an algorithm for the school. And just a reminder for any brother who wants to be a trooper, start wearing all black. That's boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and war scarves. And with that, let's give a courteous salute for the teacher in Israel. I imagine. Amon Shabbat. I imagine. Rock. And what we just said in Hebrews, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Yamatah, hands down. Sorry, we turn to the sisters. Sisters, I imagine. Give a courteous salute to the sisters. Ben Israel. Amon Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahushua. What we just said in the Hebrew is, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Yamatah, hands down. Class dismissed.